is a weapon-mounted laser rangefinder with the push of the button. Of course, it gives you the lightning fast readout on the distance to the target you are trying to engage, but you are also getting with it a complete firing solution. So let's have a look how this little sucker actually works like. So to start any kind of action, I have to activate the switch, which in my case I do have installed on the right side of the rifle. This is a remote switch, or you can reach out and touch on the top. Of course, that will be a little bit harder, so I'm glad that I have a switch, and the switch is included, of course. All right, now I'm going to look through the scope, and I'm looking at the targets which are around 300 yards. I'm going to push the button, and immediately, boom, I'm receiving a feedback on the unit. And on the unit, you will see the distance, range to the target, 307 yards. This could be changed to meters if you want to, that's not a problem. And then I have the firing solution. So you see for the elevation, basically 0.8 up hold, and the wind almost 0.3 left. And time of flight will be 0.35 seconds, and I should be around 2,392 feet per second at that target. I mean, my bullet should be there. That's all from the app, and I'll show you how to use that app. It's extremely easy. Don't worry about that. Okay, let's see if we can knock out that target right now. That wind comes and goes, so we gotta watch out for that. Let me just get comfy. Remember the holdover. So we got a left 0.8, I mean up 0.8. And boom, we are dead in the center of the body of the mass. So, hey, formula worked out. The firing solution was correct. Let me quickly jump to the 400 yards target right now. Again, I'm going to activate the switch. Boom, immediately. Again, distance 411 yards. That's exact range to the target. Firing solution 1.5. And left holdover 0.4 and almost half second time of flight. Let me eliminate that target, so I have to hold it 1.5. And boom, dead center of the target. You got few choices, so you can do the holdovers, which of course you will be faster just going on the grid, or you can dial on the turret. Now, if you will dial on the turret to re-range or to activate the ranging again, preferably you should go back to 0 on your scope on the turret. If not, if I will dial right now 1.5, right, that was my firing solution for 411 yards. You have to remember that you are at the 1.5. So if I will range right now just point blank, like put in the center of the crosshairs, I'm going to have incorrect distance. Maybe that target that's IPSC. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm ranging and boom. See, now it shows 560. And this is because I have moved the reticle to 1.5 mil. So my laser rangefinder is out of sync with the scope right now. So you either have to come back to 0, okay, or you have to compensate for it on the grid. So check this out. If I will go and dip by 1.5 on the reticle, on the holdover, and boom, we are again receiving a correct distance to the target. So you preferably should go to 0 to align again the center of the scope with the center of your laser, or at least be smart enough to remember what you put on the turret and compensate for it on the grid. So it works both ways. Okay, let's ping it. Target 711 yards and 3.94, basically 4 for elevation. Beautiful hit. We're going to move to the next target. Let's come closer. Okay. Boom. 409 yards. And we got 1.34 on the elevation. So a little bit to the right. The wind is changing, but that's a good hit in the center of the body of the mass. All right, let's choose another target. Let's go down the range now. Again, and we ping that one, 565 yards and 2.6 basically on the elevation. And boom, I corrected for that wind, but it wasn't that much required. That wind changes fine, but the elevation looks beautiful. So that was 565 behind us. Let's come back. Let's come back. How about those targets? All right, 514 exactly, and that will be basically 2. Boom, that in the center. Beautiful. This is working jaw-droppingly good, and results are lighting fast, guys. This is basically a DMR wet dream when you're ranging unknown distances. Of course, I know the range well here, but I'm going randomly from target to target, and I'm getting the accurate readouts, and immediately I'm getting the firing solution as well. So this is speeding up everything beautifully. This system just works. Just works.
I think it's cheating.
I think it's cheating. It is like cheating with this little sucker on the top. It is amazing, to be honest with you. Very good technology. Guys, I use this in the army. I use the weapon-mounted laser rangefinders, but this is very affordable, and this is working as fast as the units which we were using. So absolutely jaw-dropping how the specs are put on that unit. So of course, this is the used module, the one I purchased, which started this whole thing, but let's see how the brand new looks like. In other words, let's see what's in the box. So let me take the top cover off and protective layer. You do have zeroing target, then the reflection targets are included. They are very helpful for zeroing to put as a reference points, and you got even the larger ones too. Cleaning cloth. Then we do have a remote switch for the unit, and as you can see, I mounted mine on basically a Velcro. You do have zeroing tool. This is for adjusting the knobs. That's handy. And then there is the unit itself, the Fire4000 with the Applied Ballistics software. So of course mine is painted, but if you will purchase it from us, you're going to have brand new one, which is in the black color, and this will help the channel big time. But that's what's included, guys, in the box, and some goodies. So that's what's coming as a standard in the box with the Fire4000 with the Applied Ballistics software. To zero this unit to the scope, you will need some kind of a ruler, and with the ruler you have to measure the distance from the middle of the scope to the middle of the lasers. Basically, imagine the line going like here. In my case, it's roughly 3 inches. Now, you will activate with push button here. You will activate the visible laser. You have to push this button. This will shoot the beam, and from 25 yards, when you will have the target, that red laser beam will put the mark, of course, right? And by adjusting the dials up, this is the up and down dial, and this is left and right dial, you will match the laser beam to your reticle windage wise, and of course you have to keep that offset of 3 inches. So you have to remember that your red dot will be 3 inches above the center of the reticle, and you will have in the package reflective mini targets. You can put them on the paper, glue them to the paper to enable you to do that. Honestly, I didn't even use them. I just knew I had a grid on my paper target. I knew where the 3 inches is from my aim point, and I just moved the laser beam to meet that point. One thing to remember, your scope elevation turret has to be, of course, on 0, so don't miss this out. And if you have the windage, if you made the windage, move the windage turret somewhere, make sure it's at your 0 for the scope, so everything is matching. Honestly, zeroing procedure takes maybe 60, 120 seconds. That's it. It's lightning fast, and it's that simple. Key to the success is, of course, the Applied Ballistics app. This one is called AB Boss, and you will start with setting up the profile for your rifle. You have to choose, of course, from the bullet library correct bullet, and put the muzzle velocity. You have, of course, options to set up the muzzle velocity temperature, and you can build that table as you're collecting data on the go as well. Don't worry if you cannot find the bullet from the bullet library. You just select the caliber, put your diameter and weight, and then the length of the bullet and whatever ballistic coefficient you do have from the manufacturer, and you can load it up to the system that way. For the gun, as I said, you will need the velocity, muzzle velocity. Of course, don't forget the range. You are zeroing your rifle. You have to put the barrel twist and the sight height in inches. Now, once you build the profile, then you can go to the basically HUD, and from the HUD you can update the temperature by pushing the temperature button. It will bring from through the phone the most current temperature, pressure. You can set up the inclination to, and the heading. If you'll push the heading, what's the heading to the target. This is from the HUD display. You can access the parameters for that also from the like a little cloud menu. You push that, and when you will pull on the phone, it will bring up everything, the altitude, location, and things like this, and will update and refresh the data for the phone, and that will be pushed down to the range finder. Now going back to the HUD, in the HUD we can of course adjust the wind too, and you basically clicking on that wind clock from which direction the wind is going, and as you can see, based on that you can see how the read for the windage is changing, and you can adjust the wind speeds by pushing plus or minus. Now you gotta remember that this is, if you'll just load this up, if I'll close the app right now, this the wind readings will be based of what I inputted through the app. So you have to be aware of it. If you loaded the wind, just remember, if the wind changes, you either gotta go back to the app or adjust for it on the fly, because otherwise the unit will be showing you the wind you inputted through the phone. You can connect this rangefinder to the Kestrel 2 or to the Garmin watch. Now, if you don't like the Applied Ballistic Boss app, I hear from the good sources that the AB Quantum app will be very soon supported by this unit. I prefer the IB Quantum app. Nothing wrong with the AB Boss, but the AB Quantum is better in my eyes, and that will be supported. Probably when you will be watching this video, you will be able to use the AB Quantum app as well. Now, just the final note about the app, like with any Applied Ballistic or any kind of ballistic calculator, remember, if you will put the garbage in, you're going to get the garbage out. So spend some time and really build the profile correctly. And when you're inputting the data for the weather elements, do that correctly as well. And you will be successful, as we demonstrated. All right, thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions about those units. And if you want to help the channel, I purchased this unit out of my own pocket, but I like it so much that I added to our store right now, and we got them. And I believe that this is a freaking outstanding product. So I'll put the link in the comments. If you want to help the channel, buy it through us, and that will for sure support us. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.